Hi everyone, it's Catherine here from Minky Fingered Cat. Back with another scrapbook video. I do change my mind partway through this process because I suddenly realised that the two photos I've selected to scrap aren't actually from the same thing. Yeah. My plan was to try and use up a few bits and pieces from what was left of the Ultimate Page Kit from 49th and Market. So you can see here, I am adding this photo of the hot chocolate to this sort of like frame, but then I'd realised that that was from one event and then the picture of the three of us was from something completely different on a completely different day. So I do change my mind and I end up doing the picture of the three of us and ignore this picture with the hot chocolates. That's going to be another page at some point. Yeah. So instead, I decide to go through my scrap stuff. At this point, I'm still working with that photograph, but I pull out some papers I think will work with the picture. Then I end up not using that picture, but I still use some of the same papers. So, you know, that's how it works. I am literally going through a big concertina folder that I've got with all my scraps sort of sorted out into colours. And just pulling bits and pieces out. I do end up using most of them, but not all of them. I did start, however, with that Distress Oxide and using the packaging technique. So first of all with the peacock feathers and then with the frayed burlap, I just did some splatters with the brown. And that part of the reason for that is, there you go, I've changed my photo now. Part of the reason is I think I'm going to use some rub-ons that I have that I bought a while ago, never got around to using, and I thought they would work with the colours in the bits and pieces that are in that spice kit from 49th Market. So they are 49th Market rub-ons, but they're actually sage, but I ended up using them with that quite bright sort of rainbowy kind of paper, but also then bits and pieces from that 49th and Market Ultimate Page Kit and the extras that I'd got. So I've used quite a lot of that in the last few videos that I've made where I've been scrapping, just because I'm trying to get them used up really and a bit off the desk. I love them. I love the artwork in them and it's really nice to use them. But because now I haven't really got papers and things that go with them, I am sort of just now adding them to other pages that I'm making. So you can see here I'm cutting apart the rub-ons and I have just added those around where this central area will be. And at first I thought I was going to just plonk down that paper, and then I decided to tear it, which turns out to be slightly more tricky than I was expecting. So I ended up with a lot less of that grid paper than I was expecting. This rainbowy paper is a very old Stampin' Up 6x6. It's got butterflies on the other side. And I have kind of been hoarding it, but I've finally got around to using it. And then there was a piece of sort of like, it was like wax paper, which is why the ATG was not working. So yeah, it's got like some white type on it. And that came, I think, in a Lollipop Box Club kit. I think that's where it came from. Now, at this point, I'm just sort of like pulling out some of the chipboard pieces that are like stickers and and ahhing as to how to use them. I do decide it needs just a little bit of a mount, that picture. Again, I've got some like handmade paper that's just in the stash that I'm using. But yeah, I'm just sort of like fiddling with some bits and pieces, struggling to work out how to do this, especially because that big teal piece that's across the middle is quite a hefty chipboard piece. So I definitely needed something to just boost the photograph a little bit on either side of that panel. So I do end up going quite wonky, which, as we all know, is a normal Catherine thing. Go wonky because it's better than it going straight. And now I am just going to have fun. I'm going through these chipboard pieces, what's left in the kit, what's left in my pouch of bits and pieces. I'm just going to keep adding to. I didn't realise you could see sort of like so much of me in this. It's a good job I was wearing something half decent. I mean, I'm wearing my pajama bottoms, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I hadn't realised the camera was angled so you can just see off the desk a little bit, but never mind. But yeah, I sort of cluster the colours. So I've got a purple section, a pink section and a green section. There is the little bit of orange poking out from underneath the photos where I'd cut apart that frame. And even though moths and butterflies are definitely not my daughter's thing, she really doesn't like them, they ended up getting used on this page. I couldn't possibly do that to her with a page about her on her own, but with the three of us, it just worked because it was just bringing in that extra colour. I'd originally put that big autumn in the bottom right hand side. I didn't glue it down, but originally I was going to do that, and then I decided no, to go for the little autumn, because actually I think Thankful is going to be my title for my page. I don't really have a title as such, because obviously I've got those three quite large words. I've got the love, the thankful and the autumn, but yeah, I decided Thankful is probably the right thing, and my journaling sort of reflects that at the very end. So the last bits of that chipboard I have just cut up so that I can pop it in the same pouch. So I have got rid of the big piece of 12 by 12 that was just sitting there. So that always makes you feel good when you've got to use it. So a bit about the picture. So the event was actually Vin's birthday, my hubby's birthday. I'd been really poorly in the run up to his birthday, really bad stomach virus, I think is the best description. I felt exhausted. I did not feel well at all. So I'd been off work for a couple of days, just not able to get out of bed, sleeping continuously, after having had the sort of the stomach upset. So I was really worried that I wouldn't be well enough for his birthday, and we'd like planned a meal out, and he wanted to go for a walk at Dunham. So yeah, really grateful. So thankful is definitely the right word, that I felt well enough to join them for a walk. We didn't last very long. We didn't do the longest of walks, and I then went to bed for the rest of the day until we went out for tea. But that was a picture of the three of us at sort of like start of the walk. Really happy with this. I think I did quite a good job, considering I hadn't really got the right bits and pieces to go with everything, and the change of direction. So a good stash busting kind of page, and I hope you enjoyed that. I love how chunky all the texture is. Please do like if you did, or interact in some way, all helps those algorithms. Comment below, etc. And subscribe to see future pages or future crafting. Not sure what the next video will be. Might be a card making, might be a technique, might be a scrapping, who knows. But until next time, thanks for watching. Bye bye.